Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Tap in, tap in. I'm going to give y'all a minute. Give y'all a minute. Get in where you fit in. It's a great day, beloved. It's a great day. Yeah, it's a treat when we meet in these internet streets. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's a great day, beloved. It's a treat. It's a treat. I am your humble servant. I am excited to present this information to you today. It is indeed September 11th, 2024, Gregorian calendar. Using this modern calendar that we're using today. You know, Grand Rising, Supreme Grand Rising, rise and shine. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you may hear this later on the replay. It is a great day, beloved. You're at the right place at the right time. Let's get these things in order. This information is guaranteed to change your frequency. This is the Society of Luminaries, where we are doing God's work. We're banging on the beast, beating these deceptions, uplifting our brothers and sisters, breaking curses and spells, because real eyes realize real lies. Especially, after these debates yesterday, so-called debates. Many tapped in yesterday. And that's okay. It's okay if you tapped in to watch. I did. I want to hear the deceptions. I want to see these facial expressions. I want to hear the words that's trending that they use. You know? There's a force field now. We are protected. It's a new day. It's a great day to be alive, beloved. I am so happy that you are here. If you've found this channel, if your algorithm is tapped into this frequency, it is not a coincidence. This is not a mistake. It's not a fluke. It's a frequency. It's a vibe. So let's ride the wave. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new era. Great things is upon us, but there's a lot of work to be done. I'm glad you're tapping into this frequency. This is guerrilla warfare on a digital battlefield, on a spiritual battlefield, on a metaphysical battlefield. There's a lot of things that can't be seen, but they are happening, whether you believe it or you don't. The end game is here, though. The war is on your mind and soul, beloved. Yes, beloved, this channel is a movement, and I appreciate your presence. Kindly hit the like button now. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Get them all in. Tap into this frequency. This is September 11th. Remember the 11th of September. Yes, indeed. A lot of people don't know what went on, what is going on, and what will go on. Remember to hit the bell icon to get notified in the future. You know, we started this PsyOps reading. I didn't even really know the benefits of it. It was kind of a spirit, just on a fluke, just a coincidence. You know, we use these words. You know, if if we look in and we tap in and we look into the word coincidence, it says a remarkable concurrence of events. Excuse me. Back like smack. So it says a remarkable concurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection. They met by coincidence. Some of us met by coincidence. You know, it's just a word that we use. It's just a word that we use to address certain things. So, you know, we will continue getting into these psyops and breaking them down. You know, we started just getting not even our feet wet, just our toes wet. So let's do the intro and let's get into it.
By now, it's because you are not intelligent. Let me tell you, if you are not a conspiracy theorist by now, it's because you are not intelligent.
They wasn't ready for this back then. They probably not ready for it now. Those that sleep forever gonna be sleep. Those that woke, woke. Yo soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru. Wait, what? De Tupac Amaru. Tupac. Yo soy la reencarnación de Tupac Amaru. That's lit. De Tupac Amaru. Gang, gang. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. They sold us the illusion of democracy and freedom. Now they worry that my music has the power of healing. Unleashing all the demons fed through TV and through lies. They rule by secrecy, why do you think justice blind? Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. They sold us the illusion of democracy and freedom. Now they worry that my music has the power of healing. Unleashing all the demons fed through TV and through lies. They rule by secrecy, why do you think justice blind? Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. Each one takes time to succeed. This one is dedicated for the children of the sun. That's hot. De Tupac Amaru. That's hard. You've been patiently waiting, miseducated, anxiously aching for a blue out savior, but I'ma do you a favor. Unlearn what you learned. The proof is on fire. Let that motherfucker burn. Babylon's on fire. The devil's a liar. They know that they time's up. So rise up and rise up.
Yeah, for those that don't know, you know, when he's Spanish, the chorus says, "I am the reincarnation of Tupac Amaru. I am." Let me repeat that. I am what I am. I am the reincarnation of Tupac Amaru. When I wrote that song, I didn't even know that there was a myth in Peru uh, um, that there is a myth, a story told that Tupac Amaru will reincarnate. Yeah, y'all better do some history and research instead of being so caught up in these lies. It is football season, so some of y'all is lost in the sauce. Some of y'all are psyop victims and just part of the mess that's going on. If you aren't part of the solution, then you are part of the problem, beloved. I still love you. I just can't rock with you. You know what I mean? I can't rock with a lot of you, and a lot of you can't rock with me. Simple as plain. You know what I mean? We're not cut of the same cloth. We're not one is not better than the other. It's just we have to understand that all of us don't have the same path. All of us don't have the same destiny. All of us don't want the same things. A lot of us, are still caught up in shoes and clothes and hats. You know what I mean? Colors and did I say colors? Colors, colors. Yeah, colors. I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking. Yeah, I'm a psyop victim too. How come that popped in my head and I know the whole lyrics of that song and I knew that and I've known those lyrics since I was what, 12, 13. I mean, I don't even remember the age. That's how far, I accept. I was part of the problem at one point in time. Yeah. It's all great, but it's all gravy, but the problem is that I am not now. I have got myself up out the mud. I strapped on my boots. I haven't worn sneakers unless it's to run. You know what I mean? In many months or moons. You know? Yeah. Let me tell you something. If you identify as a Republican, you lose. If you identify as a Democrat, you lose. Yeah, let me get that out the way. Since yesterday, a lot of people, yesterday was even today. That's all they talking about. If it ain't politics, it's football. If it ain't football, it's baseball. If it ain't baseball, it's some religious doctrine of the old matrix. Man, if you don't stop it, but I'm glad that some of y'all are tapping in to this channel, to this wave, and I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one out there. There's a lot of us. Some of us is just still caught up, busy working, got a lot of things going on. Life is complex and you know, complex and confusing, so it is what it is. Let me find this where we were at. Let me find this where we was at. Let me find this we would hold on. So we're gonna get into this history. Yeah, this is the PsyOps Psychological Operations series. This is part 5. I suggest you do your own research or let's read and learn together. I already did part 1. This is basic Wikipedia. We're starting from scratch. We're starting with humble beginnings. I figured it out. Many people want to build, but we had it all wrong. We had good intentions. Yeah, I want to build too. But we can't build on top of something that's already there. I said it many times. I opened up a carpentry book and the first chapter was on demolition. Blew my mind. I was expecting, to see great things, lift up buildings and houses and this and that. And the first chapter was about demolition. And it had all the tools like a crowbar or a demolition bar, and had a whole bunch of tools that I didn't even knew existed. And what were they for? To destroy, to bring down, to rubble. And then after you destroy, then we got to clean up, beloved. Then we got to move the things and put things in order. And then there's another process and another process and another process, and then we can build. People think this is so easy, but it's not. And that's why I salute, other people that really figured it out. So like I said, in the last of chapter 4, we figured out that look what it says here. It says the missions of these psychological operations, right, is to convey selected information and indicators to foreign organizations, groups, and individuals for what? What is the purpose? To influence their emotions. Like a good brother said just this week, energy in motion. A lot of people don't know that's what these emotions are. It's energy in motion. What's your energy? Are you on some positive energy or on some negative energy? Energy is energy. And that's the God source. That's the source that we got. That's the divine source. Which energy you tapping into, beloved? Well, if you're here, then we banging on the beast over here. Believe that. To influence their emotions, their motives. What's your motive? That's what I just said earlier, that I accept now that I can't rock with a lot of brothers and sisters because our motives are not the same. And look at the motions and the motives. Like the motions in the ocean, right? Yeah. What did Aaliyah say? Rock the boat, rock the boat. Are you here to rock the boat? Better not rock my boat, because I am the captain. And we got clear destination and goals. So they want to influence your emotions. They want to influence your motives. They want to influence your objective reasoning. Now, some of y'all don't even know what that is. Stop it. And ultimately, your behavior in a manner favorable to the commander's objective. You know, this commander that they're talking about, that's your commander. Yeah, so if you have a need to go vote, yeah, this is psychological operations. If you have a need to go buy a certain product, yeah, that's psychological operations. If you have a need to go gamble, to go put some money down on football games, yeah, that's psychological operations, brother. So let's go into the history. See, this is what we read in the last. We're just doing the summary for some of y'all that need to, get a banana peel and catch up. Today we're going to go into the history. Don't know how much. Hopefully it's brief. I was doing some dirty work earlier. You know, in the garden, pulling out weeds and moving around compost. Yeah, real dirty work, but it has to be done. Yeah, ain't no savior gonna come and do all that for me. Ain't no savior gonna come wash the dishes for me. Same thing like everything else. The work is on our hands. God is waiting for you, and I hope you listening. So I was working, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Hey, what's the date today?" And I thought, well, if yesterday was September 10th on this Gregorian calendar, that means today is September 11th. Yeah, I remember what happened on September 11th. I was younger, but I remember, you know, and the visuals that impacted the world that day. It sent chills and it impacted a whole lot of lives on a worldwide scale through the television. What we was reading earlier. Now I'm not gonna get into no conspiracy talk over here because I'm not into this feelings. You know, I'm into truth. I don't. That's why I don't deal with a lot of y'all. Y'all too much in y'all feelings, caught up in emotions and feelings. But we banging on the beast over here. If we gonna talk about feelings, we talk about passion. We gonna have passion for the truth, for love, for substance, for nutrition. We gonna help each other out through many means necessary. But we still on infancy stage. Let's go back. World War I. When did this happen? What years was World War I? A lot of us wasn't even nowhere near born. Where we were born into this mess. And look how long this was going on. During World War I, the propaganda. See, that's the key word right there. That's all we're doing right now. Later on, we are going to read, maybe continue on this same series. In the same series, read the book Propaganda by Edward Bernays. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about him. He's one of their best kept secrets. But we bang on their beasts. The propaganda subsection was established under the American Expeditionary Force, AEF, military intelligence branch within the executive division of the general staff in early 1918. Bro, this is over 100 years ago. This is of importance. Of course they don't teach us in school. Of course not. Why would they? Although they produced most propaganda. See, we're gonna have to read the propaganda they were doing back then to see what was going on. The AEF propaganda subsection did not produce a few of the leaflets. General Pershing is supposed to have personally composed leaflet Y. Austria is out of the war, which was run off on First Army presses, but distributed by the propaganda section. That subsection, perhaps reflecting some professional jealousy, thought the leaflet sound in principle, but too prolix and a little too brotherly. Corps and Army presses issued several small leaflet editions containing a news flash, after the subsection had approved their content. But in one or two cases, that approval was not obtained. And in one unfortunate example, a leaflet in Romanian committed the Allies and the United States to the union of all Romanians in Austria-Hungary with Romania. Such geopolitics was emphatically not the job of AEF propaganda, and had the potential to cause serious embarrassment. They should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. They should be walking with their heads down, but they're not. They're walking triumphantly with their chest out and their heads out high because they got suckers out there. Hey, I told you earlier. If you tapping in now, I told you. Hey, I was once one of them. I was such a sucker. I could go on. I could do lives on how much I was a sucker. I used to buy Jordans, sucker shit. I used to buy football team jerseys, sucker shit. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, beloved. I'm embarrassed, but it is what it is. And I know some of y'all might not like it. Some of y'all might have some Jordans on right now with a jersey and a hat on and happy that your team just won World War II. Now we're getting into, a little bit closer, but still, a lot of us wasn't even born. And I know, if you're older generation, I know you're not really in tune to this channel. This channel is really it's for one and all. If you feel the vibe, if you feel the energy, if you feel the spirit, if you feel this frequency, this is the right place for you. It don't matter the age. But I know, older generations, each generation have been brainwashed with different propaganda. You know, that's why we need to understand different generations. We shouldn't have these generational gaps. The older folks is like, oh, these younger generations, they don't know what they're doing. And the younger people, because I said it, oh, these old folks, these old timers, and now we're all screwed up because of these fallacies, of these thoughts, these broken thoughts. Sometimes these thoughts are not our thoughts. We need to check ourselves with our thoughts. Sometimes we think that our thoughts it's us, but you need to ask yourself, are these thoughts really you? That's just like when I was buying, all these clothes and jewelry and car and stuff like that. All these material things. I thought that that's what I liked. Now, how come now? You know, I still might like a certain thing, but how come? How come? You know, I refuse to what I mean, to feed the beast. We don't feed the beast over here. We bang on the beast. Y'all feed the beast. Or some of y'all feed the beast. I feed the beast in certain ways. We're not free. We're working on this. This is work in progress. That's why we here. That's why we doing this. That's why we active. I didn't even have this plan to come on live today, but I told y'all earlier, it's September 11th. This is a tribute. It's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to bang on the beast. It's a great time to uplift your brother and sister. It's a great time to do something positive. It's also a great day to break a spell. It's also a great day to, put the bullshit down. Excuse my language, excuse my French, but it is what it is. And like I was saying earlier, yeah, this is for these messages that's going out to the universe, to the frequency, is meant for the right people. I'm not trying to reach the masses. I'm not trying to. It would be nice, but let's be realistic here. You know what I mean? Let's go into World War II. Some people think we're going into World War III, but some people don't know that World War II never ended. But I mean, it all depends on your perspective, right? There was extensive use of psychological operations in World War II. The strategic, from the strategic to the tactical. See, later on, we're going to break all these things down. God willing. God willing. National level, white propaganda was the responsibility of the Office of War Information. I don't know if I've KOWI, kind of looking like an owl, but you got the eagle, but kind of, I mean, like I told you, real eyes realize real lies. Some people might see a certain symbol and might not see nothing, and other people might see something, and then it's all about perspective. We're not all on the same level. We're going to bring them out. We're going to bring this out, and we're going to get into that later. While black propaganda, so we have white propaganda and black propaganda. We talked about this before. Yeah, some of this is kind of like academic. Not the lame academic that, a lot of people know. I'm talking about, reading letters and numbers academic. White While black propaganda was most often the responsibility of the morale operations branch of the Office of Strategic Services, the OSS. Yeah, we open we gonna open it again. It don't cause I look at all these what you would call it tabs I got open that we're hopefully we get into together. Yeah, yeah, with pleasure, humbly. Psychological operations planning started before the United States entry into the war with the creation of the Office of the Coordinator of Inter American Affairs under Nelson Rockefeller. Well, looky here, what we found here. Oh, I feel like I told you, I'm learning with y'all. I'm learning with y'all. Nelson Rockefeller. Let's bring him out for later. And then let's bring out this Office of the Coordinator. So let me read this again. Psychological operations planning started before the United States entry into the war with the creation of the Office of the Coordinator Inter-American Affairs, the OCIAA, under 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 Nelson Rockefeller, with the responsibility for psychological operations targeted at Latin America. This is right in some of y'all backyards. Some of y'all have no inkling of a thought of what has been going on in this realm. None. But some of y'all swear to God that you are like so intelligent, high IQ, high GPA. I bet your parents are so proud of you. Some of y'all could read so well. Let's continue. Special operations and intelligence concerning Latin America was a bureaucratic problem throughout the war, where the OSS eventually had most such responsibilities. The FBI had its own intelligence system in Latin America. See now, this is just interesting on this is just interesting because it says World War II. And where was World War II going on? Wasn't World War II in Europe and in Germany? And the players was out there, but this paragraph said that they were heavily in Latin America. Hmm. I mean, if you guys, watching and this is making you think also, you know, that's what this is all about. Where we're learning together. Two, we're we're putting pieces to the puzzle together. And we're inspiring. We're inspiring others. Hopefully somebody be like, hey, that's interesting. Let me go research this. Or if not, we could do it together. But let us continue. On the 11th of July of 1941, you see, man, a lot of us were nowhere near born. Our grandparents, some of them, our grandparents wasn't even alive back then. These was our great grandparents for some of us. So we have to understand what was going on around these times, and we have to understand the psychology also what was going around, what was going down. So in 1941, on the 11th, today's the 11th, William Donovan, who is this William? An American soldier, lawyer, intelligence officer, and diplomat, best known for serving as the head of the Office of the Strategic Services, the precursor of the Bureau of Intelligence and Research, and the Central. I see these is pioneers. These are the people that we should be tapping into. Let us continue. So William Donovan, we're gonna take him out. We might do lives or content on these people. I know these videos let's say if I do this video on William Donovan, I know they're not gonna be popular. Why would they be popular when football season is going on? You know, when hip hop and rap and pop music and Taylor Swift and whoever else is other lames, that's popping. If I did a video on sports, I'd probably get 1,000 views in an instant. But we're not. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Like I said earlier, if you're tapping in for a reason, and that's what we're doing here. We're not here to bump our gums. So let us learn together. Let's uplift together, and let's bang on the beast. So this William Donovan, did I pull him out? Was named the coordinator of information, which subsequently became the OSS. Don't the OSS sound like some German things? At first, there was a unit called the Foreign Information Service inside COI, headed by Robert Sherwood, which produced while propaganda outside which produced while propaganda outside Latin America. No, white propaganda, excuse me, white propaganda outside Latin America. So, and remember, I got the other series going on about the Jesuits that they were in this propaganda thing. Oh, they've been on our ancestors all around the world on so many angles. And like I said earlier, some of us think we so intelligent because we read one book, and we think that that's enough. Bro, they've been banging on so many angles to deal with some of the bureaucratic problems. The Office of War Information was created with Elmer Davis as director. FIS, still under Sherwood, became the overseas branch of OWI, dealing in white propaganda. The OSS was created at the same time. Donovan obtained considerable help from the British, especially with black propaganda from the British political warfare executive. See, this rabbit hole or wormhole or or asshole, however you want to call it, it goes deep. No Diddy. See, because we're just focused on the United States propaganda. Now you telling us that we got to go into the British propaganda too, and then break down how they were brainwashing and on them people over there. And then if we go country to country, we're gonna see that they just it's plantations, bro. This world is a plantation, and each overseer has to govern, has to maintain that certain people and govern. Some with a iron fist, some with more deception, some throwing off scraps. It all depends on the psychological groups of each region. Some people sell their souls for a Tootsie Roll. PWE, part of the Ministry of Economic Warfare. I highly suggest that a lot of y'all read mandatory. Like this is mandatory reading, 1984. The book. Not YouTube and go read a summary. No, go read the book. Take your time. I think it took me over 20 years to finally read it. It was highly suggested for many years since I started this journey. When I started, when people would tell me about the book, and I would be like, yeah, okay. But I always had it. I always like wrote it like in a notebook that I carried with years, like just accumulating information. And then in 2020, on March, what was it? Approximately like 11 or 14, when the pandemic hit, you know what I mean, and the lockdowns hit, you know, I was like, you know what, the time is now, and I read it, and that's why I'm recommending it to you right now. Go read that book, 1984. It's easy to find, cheap to get it online. It just breaks down a lot. We can advance that way. Like there is certain information that we all gotta know, and then there's other information that it's okay if some brothers know and some sisters know. We're not all the same. We're not all the same. That's why in a society we got priests, scholars, warriors, kings, nobles. You know what I mean? We got the whole gamut. All of us ain't meant to do everything. Some of us are, some of us ain't. That's why we need to build together. Each one teach one. It takes a tribe. It takes a village. Teamwork makes the dream work, but a lot of us can't work there because there's ego involved. Everyone want to be a star. Everyone want to be a leader. Everyone want to be a boss. And maybe we all are. but I mean, you know, leaders have a message. Leaders have a plan. Leaders have vision. I think some of y'all want to be managers, shot callers, not leaders. PWE was a sister organization to the Special Operations Executive. See, part of me is getting a little frustrated because I'm thinking like, man, this is overwhelming. I thought I was just gonna read a few pages and then and look at all the tabs I got open, and then I got to read other things and do other things. I'm like, wow, when will this end? And then I'm feeling overwhelmed. Like, am I just gonna get caught up in just reading? And when am I gonna start building? When is I gonna start doing these other things that like? But that's the part. That's the process. Now look what it says here: Special Operations Executive, which conducted guerrilla warfare. What I told you at the beginning of this broadcast. We're in guerrilla warfare. It's just not in the jungle anymore. It's on these internet streets. It's on the TV. It's in your child's school system. A lot of people still sending their kids to school. That's poverty. The British Secret Intelligence Service, SIS, okay, sis, also known as MISS. Oh, no, excuse me, the MI6, was an essentially independent organization. Of course they were. Of course they were independent, not part of, it's part of their system. For the US, the OSS included the functions of SIS and SOE and the black propaganda work of PWE. The OSS Morale Operations MO branch was the psychological operations arm of the OSS. In general, its units worked on a theater by theater basis. See, these words, that theater word is very important because just like the word actor, see, a lot of people don't know that this world is a theater and everyone is an actor, whether you know it or you don't. One of the coldest bars and lines that a master teacher once told me is like, you know, uh, you should be your own producer, director, and actor in this theater instead of going by somebody else's script that was given to you. Yeah, that's when I started respecting, the art of acting, right? Not these Hollywood actors that people look up to. Nah, they gay. Without a great deal of central coordination. Yeah, we need central coordination. It was present in most theaters, with the exception of the Southwest Pacific Theater under Douglas MacArthur, who was hostile to the OSS. Now, this is interesting. Somebody that was hostile. We gonna pop him out. Another tab, another tab. Let's see where this leads. The OSS was responsible for strategic propaganda, while the military commanders had operational and tactical responsibility. Dwight Eisenhower was notably supportive of psychological operations, had psychological warfare organizations in the staff of all his commands, and worked with OSS and OWI. The military did theater level white propaganda, although the black propaganda function varied, often carried out by joint US UK organizations. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about Disney. Disney, Mickey Mouse. Yeah, why did I just mention him? A lot of people don't know. For the first time in US history, American Psy Warriors. That's the first time I heard that term. What's up with my Psy Warriors? Employed electronic spyware in the field. In September 1944, engineers of the first radio section of the first MRBC recorded POW interviews for frontline broadcast and produced the sound effects of vast numbers of tanks and other motor vehicles for Allied armored units in attempts to mislead German intelligence and lower enemy morale. That's Man, this is so deep and powerful. It's unfortunate that a lot of people find this uh not entertaining enough for their liking. Leaflets were delivered principally from aircraft, but also with artillery shells. You see what I'm saying? This is oh, I just seen a message on my brother. Let me get out there. Hold on 1 second, bro. The link is on. The link is out. It's broadcasted for if the brothers and sisters want to tap in. It would be like I said, a treat when we meet in these internet streets. But going back to these you know, topic at hand. A lot of things have been going on for quite a long time, and 100 years to me feels like nothing now. From me knowing, doing my little bit of research, 100 years is nothing now. And that's the only thing that we're tapping into right now. That's it. So imagine if we went further back and this the rabbit hole goes too deep. You see how many tabs I have opened up to do further research in the future. Like a lot of work needs to be done. And a lot of people are losing the ability to read. Some of them have some of us have never even gained the power. Remember how I be saying, before you can fight the power, we must first gain the power to fight. A lot of us don't have the power to fight. A lot of us wanna bang on the beast, you know, throwing rocks and going to war allegedly like how the some of the stories said that people from back in the day tried to go to war against the invaders. You have to understand that these people are dealing with the dark arts. You're dealing with good intentions. So things got to change, and things don't change miraculously. In my life, miracles happen every day. I improve every day in every way. I've changed my programming, and that's the reason why I started this channel to reach a certain certain people out there that these messages, these words just might help. This message or this video might be that video, that message, that frequency, that impact, that makes an impact, that makes the change, that makes you realize it's that time. For some people, it might irk you or rub you the wrong way. You know, I know many times when we're trying to stay focused and we're trying to do good, but our habits, we're creatures of habits, and we want to go, back to our old habits. And that's part of the work that we have to do. But remember that it's a marathon and not a sprint. So if you're running for a marathon, why would you practice for a sprint? Too many want to sprint to the finish line. I've told you many times, or every time, we're going to win the race at a turtle's pace. And right now, what we're trying to do is train, we're training to fight 50 rounds. So that 12 rounds later on is nothing. But it's a process, it's work. And like I said, you can't fight the power until we gain the power to fight. I'm humble enough to understand where we're at. That's why we're starting with basic Wikipedia. I'm learning a lot with you. So seems like the brother had the jet. I apologize. I didn't see the message, bro. Uh, this has been a pleasure. It has been a treat. I'm gonna keep it under an hour. So if anyone taps into this later on, they can break things down, review, rewind. It is good information. On the next ones, we're gonna go into the Cold War, still in the history department. Like I told you, I just wanted to go live and broadcast and keep the spirits up. So keep the fire burning and the money flowing. Keep banging on the beast. I appreciate your company. Until next time.
I say it, but I'ma do you a favor. Unlearn what you've learned. Tupac Amaru, that's hot. Tupac Amaru, that's hard. Tupac Amaru, too real. Tupac Amaru, too raw. I know you've been patiently waiting, miseducated, anxiously aching for a blue eye to say it, but I'ma do you a favor. Unlearn what you've learned. The proof is on fire. Let that motherfucker burn. Babylon's on fire. Babylon's on fire. The devil's a liar. The devil's a liar. They know that they time's up. They know that they time's up. So wise up and rise up. So wise up and rise up.